Basically what LinkedIn is for business, your resume, your CV, who are you in the business world? People come there and check, do they want to work with you or not? Who do you know, what do you bring, companies you run and everything else, your whole background. That's what Instagram is for dating. She can see who are you, who are your friends, how do you live.
Yeah, they're window shopping basically on Instagram.
Yes, exactly. It's because when woman is choosing to be with you, it's not just you, it's the whole lifestyle that you bring on a table. Perfume you wear, clothes you dress, where you eat, car that you drive, house that you live, holidays that you go. Like pretty much she is deciding to be part of all of that. She's buying all of that. So on Instagram, she can see it. Before she sleeps with you, she can be, this is what I'm getting into. Yes or no? Do I want this next 6 months, 1 year, 6 years?
Or forever.
Or I don't want this. So, if you're smart, Instagram can be your best tool ever. So, for me, Instagram is the best thing that has happened in the last 20, 30 years in dating world.
Let's unpack that a little bit more. So, how and why? So, I'm a average dude that wants to attract online. And what should I do? What kind of photos should I put? Should I hire a professional photographer?
You need to be smart, okay? You need to be smart about it. But first, let me elaborate why is this, okay? So, back in the days, 20 years ago, okay, I would talk with a girl on a street or in a bar, in a club. Basically, pretty much everything what she could learn about me was what happened there in that interaction. When that interaction stopped, it was end of learning. It's a little bit, text messages were very simple SMS, if you remember, like from all phones, Nokia and everything.
Yeah.
So it was very hard to communicate and it was expensive. So pretty much only the next possible situation where she could learn more or me about her was next date. So you had to, and that's basically what seduction is actually. Seduction is just like IT. Basically I have an IT background and pretty much seduction is an IT. It's controlled exchange of information. If she knows the right things about me, she'll be attracted to me. I can seduce her. If she doesn't know the right things, or she doesn't know enough things, nothing is going to happen. So, 20 years ago, the information exchange could only happen in the person. Versus today, even after I end that conversation with her, and we connect on Instagram, for example, she's still learning about me.
Yeah, she keeps collecting information.
She keeps collecting information. And now, if that information is presented in the right way, aligned with what she wants in a man. So my image is correct what I'm portraying out there in a digital space. And if it is aligned with her wish list, it means attraction will be triggered. It means that now this is called passive attraction. So now you have something that works for you even when you sleep. You can sleep and girls are still scrolling, they're still getting attracted to you. You're still seducing them.
So basically you're controlling information, and let's say you want a spiritual girlfriend, then you can build your profile in a way to attract.
Correct.
Exactly that, right?
Correct. So that's why you cannot upload random stupid photos. Every photo that goes there needs to be, that's kind of what I do. One photo is a million of words, really 1,000 of words. It's storytelling. Each photo, go to my profile, go to any profile of the guys that I built. And that's kind of what I do, I don't want to say, I start playing with photography a little bit because I had a model agency back in the days. That was one of my crazy stories as well, because at one point I was like, why why the fuck I have to always, if I want a girl, I need to go out there and hustle, bring that girl. I'm like, now when I have money, can I create a funnel where they come to me? So I was with a friend of coffee. I'm like, what? Let's fucking open the model agency. Because basically, idea was, I wanted, because every hot girl in a town, at one point, beautiful girl, at one point she will try to monetize her beauty. When she's 19, 20, doesn't matter. At one point, she will come to the point in her life where she will try to monetize her beauty. And I was like, at that point, I want her to contact me. When she thinks about monetizing her beauty, somehow, she wants to work as a hired gun, as a hostess, as a model, I want her to come to me. It's basically a talent agency more than model agency. So we had this business, and then basically I had a photographer, so I learned photography as well. During that time, I'm always learning new things, whatever I do. And then a couple of years ago, I was when the whole dating started moving online specter, I started doing photography for the guys I never thought I'll be shooting guys all over the world. But yes, so what I realized, basically what I do on now for Instagram and what I kind of discovered is you need to portray yourself through her wishes, through her basically ideal man. You know what kind of girl you want to get, you would like to get, your target audience. Now build a landing page, speaking of marketing terms, for that girl. So it communicates everything what she wants in a man.
And should guys take these matters in their own hands, use their phone and create a bunch of photos, or should they hire somebody, or should they? What's your advantage in doing this versus me going out somewhere and hiring a professional photographer? Because there's plenty of them out there.
I noticed, I tried hiring for some of my clients, some really especially in the States, top photographers, and I was disappointed. Amazing photographers. They will create a beautiful picture. It doesn't convert.
Why?
I don't think they understand dating space. Female mindset. Because here, you're really selling a product, you're selling the guy, you're not just kind of creating a beautiful photo. It's in little things, the muscle, the watch visible, kind of little things that, communicates status, value, and personality. So it really needs to be smart. It's not just, typical photographers, especially, weddings, they will just do beautiful photos. And this is not about creating beautiful photos. This is, it is partially, but it's more about information. She's looking through it, she wants to collect as much information as possible.
So it's about selecting the right photos. How do you out of 200-300 photos that you take in a photo shoot, how do you select the right ones that will convert?
I don't select. I have my girls select for me. And that's something I learned in the process. Basically, I take a photo of you. And what we will like, the photos we will choose from 300 photos that we do take on a photo shoot, how I like my photos, and then you give it to the women, they will choose completely different photos. And that blew my mind. I was like, holy shit, we take, and I have done this so many times. I will take 300 photos of a guy. And I give the camera, choose the photos that you like. And he will choose top 10 photos, 20. I will take the camera and I choose 20 photos. And then I give the photos to my two girls. I have a WhatsApp group with 5-10 girls, super hot girls. And I'm like, okay, give me the photos that makes you wet from this guy. They're like, I like him. And these photos are completely different photos than what we men chose.
Yeah, because we can't select the way they can. Yeah. Makes sense.
So that's why I stopped doing it. I stopped doing picking the photos, and I use female mind because its end product is for them.
Yeah.
They see us in a different way.
Makes sense.
So yeah, and lots of I see that's again problem with hiring photographers and you choosing photo or him choosing photos. It's like, yes, you choose the beautiful photo of you. It doesn't convert on dating app, on Instagram.
So can you describe, your process then? Say somebody calls you up from New York or LA or Chicago, doesn't matter, Canada, and they say, I want you to build me a profile and I live pretty far from you. So how does that whole process look for you?
So first we will decide on location where you're gonna shoot. Either I'll fly to him or he's gonna fly to me or we're gonna meet somewhere. Depends, what kind of profile we are building, more summerish, winter. But I would say there are two basic parameters. First thing, I wanna know type of a girl he wants to attract. Okay, so that's the starting point. Who are we building profile for? Who we need to attract? So it's a tailor-made to attract exactly your type of woman. And then it's who are you as a man? Because your profile should convey and resonate and talk your values, your beliefs, your personality. She needs to learn about you, hobbies you have and everything else. So it's not only sales page for her. It's as well presentation of your, who you are as a man. How do you want to present yourself? How do you want to present yourself in a digital space? Especially for, dating. And now, this brings me to one thing that I keep telling to the guys. I was like, it's a different mind shift. Your Instagram has nothing to do with you. Your Instagram is all about her. She is looking through Instagram and she's trying to fit herself into that. Do I want to live this life? So basically, you need to be smart to if you're doing it for yourself, to create, which is super complex, by the way. You can try, but I prefer really just like building a website or anything else. Everybody can build a website today, but give it to the professional. Especially if you want the results and you want the results fast, then give it to the guys that are doing this every day.
Yeah.
I'm shooting guys pretty much like every weekend. But why? Because I combined this dating experience of being a dating coach for 20 years with photography. I'm not the greatest photographer ever, definitely I'm not. I'm average, or a little bit above average, but I'm seeing it through female eyes. I'm storytelling on the profile about the guy and inviting her into that life in a very subtle manner, subtle details in a profile, where she's seeing, beautiful table, 2 glasses of the wine, dinner setting on a beach, but then there's a chair is empty.
Yeah, it's psychology.
So small things where she can see, he's available. Amazing lifestyle. I want to live this life. He's free. But I want to be in the chair.
So basically the profile shouldn't look like you're trying real hard.
No.
It should look like it's spontaneous. Somebody else, one of your friends, for example, took a photo of you and it's looking amazing and you posted it.
Yeah, the worst, basically that's kind of very early Instagram, like posing for, looking at the camera, bird, flash, kind of. So that's kind of what lots of guys do, never look at the camera. The best photos what work today on Instagram are paparazzi shots, which means you're doing something and somebody taking the photo of it. Like for example, instead of now us looking at the camera, somebody takes the photo of us doing a podcast.
Yeah, or in a more relatable sense, you're cooking some amazing food and then somebody snaps a photo of you that looks just crazy good.
Yeah. So that works the best, not like, hey, look at me like this is my car. but more like you stepping out from your car and somebody snaps a photo.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that style works today. We'll see what's going to work in the future. But yes, it's possible to build a profile for yourself. You can try. Some guys have amazing, photography skills. Even you have amazing cameras. You don't need expensive camera. You can do it with your phone. It's possible. Of course, it's going to look better with professional camera and good lens. But pretty much all it takes is a little bit of the brain and intelligence and knowing how to present yourself, how to sell yourself to the girls. And pretty much that will, if you're good with women in everyday settings, you know how to sell yourself. You know which parts of you are good, like humor, sense, how are you already getting girls? Outsource that to the Instagram. Build more of that on Instagram.
So let me ask you, so if you build a profile and you say, a guy deletes all their old photos and they get 20, 30 new photos, whatever, they upload them, the profile is now looking great. What happens now in the future? I mean, does this profile, what do you recommend? Do they need to keep posting? How do they make sure that they post quality photos going forward?
Okay, you can do multiple stuff. For lots of guys, it's enough to do this and then you're fine for next 2, 3, 5 years. Let's say you build basic profile. You don't need to be victim of social media and use social media and upload non-stop something, reels and things. It's enough to have it as a good CV and then update maybe a couple of photos per year. Really only best top photos per year. Make sure they're really good, so minimum, but pretty much the profile that I'll build is gonna work for you for next couple of years.
Okay, so that's good. As long as then they don't need to be constantly
Only
uploading.
thing maybe what you need is maybe 1 or 2 stories per day or 1 or 2 couple of stories per week to stay active, where girls still they're thinking about you, they're opening up, where is he, they keep learning. And that's something. See, this is now going back how the whole seduction changed and dating. This wasn't possible 20 years ago. Where you meet a girl, I wish I had this back in the days. Today you can meet a girl and she has a boyfriend. And no problem, let's connect on Instagram. She'll be single in 3 months, 6 months, 1 year from now. But just stay present in her life.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So every girl that you meet today, there's a big chance she'll be single very soon, even though she's in a relationship today. Before we lost those girls, you had text message. Then I remember I was doing really a cold calling, kind of SMS. I'll send a broadcast text messages hey, how's it going? I was some crazy dreams, and I'll just send to all my contacts, my basic old list from 6 months ago, and then see which girls maybe is back to single land. So it was very, very interesting times where we did lots of things manually. So that's why I'm telling you, Instagram is the best and the worst thing that happened in a dating space. It's best if you know how to use it. It's amazing tool.
Okay, well, hopefully now after this little talk, guys will have a new idea on what's possible out there.